The New York Knicks and president Leon Rose have found a hidden gem for this team as they've acquired a player that nobody is talking about right now, despite the fact that he's had success with Victor Wembanyama and been compared to multiple very successful New York Knicks guards, and we're going to break all this down. We have a great video for you guys. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here. And guys, if you're enjoying the content and you're part of that 65% of viewers who have not yet subscribed to Knicks Digest, make sure to hit the button if you want daily New York Knicks news, updates on injuries, updates on all rumors, a bunch of other fun videos like this one, and the best live streams that you're going to find on any sports YouTube channel. But let's jump into this, guys, as usual. Guys, good to be here. Good to talk about Knicks, like I don't do this every day. But it's good to talk about it. We have a very fun thing to discuss as the New York Knicks have acquired a player who nobody is discussing, despite the fact that he will change everything for the team next season. Leon Rose did his due diligence at the NBA trade deadline, and everyone got disappointed when the one move was Jericho Sims. However, the New York Knicks acquired Hugo Besson in this move, and Besson is the exact player that the New York Knicks needed, and this will have a massive impact on the team going forwards. I will bet on it right now. I said this video was coming. I've done a lot of research on Hugo, and let me just say I am super excited to talk about this. Hugo Besson is an awesome, awesome talent. He is an elite shooter, truly one of the best shooters on the planet right now. He can be a little bit streaky, but he is, when he's good, he is that unstoppable type of shooter who will light up the scoreboard and hit 5-6 threes in a game and just absolutely be, in every sense of the word, that three-point specialist, that shot creator that the New York Knicks desperately need. Now, Besson was picked in the 58th pick of the draft a couple of years back in 2022, and because of that, a lot of people wrote him off. He stayed overseas, he's worked on his game, he's gotten better and better, and the New York Knicks acquired his draft rights in the trade that also brought them DeLon Wright in cash considerations in exchange for Jericho Sims and Matthias Lesor. But Besson, I truly believe, is the reason why the New York Knicks made this trade. Yes, DeLon Wright's a nice attack guard. He absolutely is an attack defender, and the Knicks, they want another one of those because you can never have too much on-ball defense in this NBA today. So it's important to note that. But they made this trade because they want to bring Hugo Besson to the NBA because, yes, he's been compared to some New York Knicks point guards, but this guy can fit in as a wing perfectly or as a guard with his shot creation skills and ability to run an offense. Now, diving into the draft profile on Hugo Besson, I'm going to run through this pretty quickly because obviously it's a mouthful. He's a confident shot maker who scored in bunches for stretches in the NBL while getting his first taste of quality competition. A third-generation pro whose father and uncle are both still coaching in France. The Angers native has strong bloodlines. He emerged as a prospect averaging 19 points and 4 assists per game in the French Junior League with Jalen during the 2018-19 season, but he did not see meaningful action at the professional level until last season in 2021. This is because it's from 2022, where he led the French second division in scoring, averaging 18.5 points per game on loan. I know I'm mispronouncing these French names. I'm sorry. I also took French for 3 years, we just said. With San Quentin entering his name into the 2021 draft, he ended up pulling out of the draft and going back to New Zealand, and then he balled out and became an X factor under head coach Dan Shamir, averaging 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 2.5 assists over 27 minutes per game. Now, maybe those numbers look a little light to you, but the NBL is a little bit different. It's not like LaMelo Ball was putting up these NBA numbers that he was putting up in the NBL, so let's be very clear about that. This guy is good, and I mean he is real good. This man shoots the lights out of the ball. He's got excellent shot creation. He does everything that you want out of a prospect player who's not even really a prospect. He's 23 now. He was born in 2001. Shout out 2001. But really with Besson, it's the fact is he's what the Knicks need. He's a shot creator off the bench who can score in bunches, who's confident with the ball in his hand, who can create, who can easily sub in for Mikal Bridges. And no, the defense is obviously not Mikal Bridges' defense, but the shooting is elite. The man is going to be a corner three specialist for the New York Knicks. He is a hard worker. He's a fundamental player. He gives the Knicks what this team has been looking for all season. I wish he could come over today and play for the Knicks. He's 23 years old, and I know he'd be a rookie, and I know the Tom Thibodeau deal with rookies. This guy's ready to ball. He doesn't need time. This guy's ready to go. He's ready to play some basketball. I can tell you that much for certainty. Now, looking at Besson's numbers, and they're hard to see, he put up solid numbers in Angers. Now, the three-point percentage, sometimes it would get lower, but also he'd have times where he'd average 38% from three as well. So it depends on where you're looking. The Champions League, he did struggle. But when he was in Turkey, we saw that Hugo Besson, that the New York Knicks decided we need to go for this guy. This is this season where he's playing in Turkey and doing his absolute thing right now. 38% from three, averaging around 14, 15 points per game, which is excellent over there because, again, less minutes, slower pace of play. It's a different ballgame over there. Literally, it's a completely different game. Luka Doncic has said it's way harder to score over there. So remember, you don't always have to take the scoring numbers as seriously when the numbers look lower. Remember, guys like Porzingis, Luka Doncic, their scoring numbers were a lot lower overseas. They come to the NBA, they average a lot more points. That's just the way that overseas basketball works. So there's just less scoring. It's not the NBA. But what does the NBA like more than anything else? They like guys who can hit that three ball, and Besson, yes, he is streaky. There's no doubt about it. But when Besson is good, that man is real good. And it's why you could see right here, look at that. Look at who he's compared to. Hugo Besson draft scouting report. I wish I could have went onto the Bleacher Report page, but they took it down. But it's still up on Google, where you see Hugo Besson, position shooting guard, 6'5", pro comparison, Immanuel, Quickley, oozing shot-making confidence. On top of that, elite shooter. Who was the one rookie, guys? Who was the one rookie who broke into Tom Thibodeau's rotation, started some games and played heavy minutes and was effectively the sixth man of the team that we remember who really got his chance? It was Immanuel Quickley, a guy who was not an 18 or 19-year-old rookie. He had been in college for 2 years. He was 20 years old. Besson's 23, oozing confidence, ready to hit threes with abundance, and also he'll pull that thing from a few feet behind the arc. This man believes in his shot-making ability, and he is absolutely right to. Look, is Immanuel Quickley the most perfect comparison in the world? It's all right. It's pretty good. It's pretty damn good, in fact, with the confidence, the dribbling, the skill, the very, very skilled play, I should say. Very similar to Immanuel Quickley. Quickley is not as tall as Besson, but he's not far off. Pretty combo guard-ish, and Quickley's not a wing at all, but he's a combo guard. Besson's a combo guard who could also sit at that small forward spot at 6'5". But this is not the only guy who Hugo Besson got compared to. Look at that top right. Of this screen right here. Who's that first name? I believe it's Jalen Brunson, the best player on the New York Knicks. This is who the Ringer had him as, saying he'd score with a flair, who can create space off the dribble and make plays for others. Great ball handling, great feel for the game. And look, the shooting numbers right there, they were not good. Only 31%. But that's because he's streaky. He absolutely is streaky, and we're not going to act like he's not. It's the one flaw in his shooting is he can get cold just as quickly as he can get hot. But when he gets hot, he is unstoppable. He's a perfect bench player. The Knicks don't have a bench player outside of Cameron Payne, who is kind of handicapped because he's not the biggest guy. Well, Besson's a much better defender than Cameron Payne. He's also a bigger guy. He will drive to the hoop. He's not afraid to drive to the hoop and draw a foul. He's excellent at drawing fouls as well. The man knows what he's doing. Now, there have been some breakdowns over Besson in the past, and the NBA did mention that he's measured 6'5", nearly 6'6" in shoes with a 6.5 wingspan and a 180-pound frame. Besson is good size for a guard, but lacks a degree of length and has room to get stronger. And now he has, because it's been a few years. He is more skilled and crafty than especially explosive with the ball, running very hot for stretches last season. Besson is an instinctive offensive player who does not hesitate to rise and fire from the perimeter off hang dribbles and step backs when running off screens or from well beyond the three-point line in catch-and-shoot situations, showing the ability to make reads out of ball screens, probe the lane with crafty footwork, and find shooters on the move. So also that passing game is underrated as well. He showed some potential as a playmaker, lacking a degree of physicality to finish inside and consistency with his pull-up. Besson has room to evolve offensively, and he can become a three-level scorer, but he has proved to be a dangerous shot maker last season, which again, this was years ago, so he's a much better player now. And drawing comparisons to a guy like Immanuel Quickley, who, yeah, he runs hot and he runs a little cold sometimes, but the confidence is never going to waver. He could score well. He's very crafty. His passing is great. His scoring is great. And look, he's not having his greatest year right now, but it's been plagued with injuries. No one should take this year of Immanuel Quickley with too much on your mind, just because how good we all know Immanuel Quickley is. As Knicks fans, Manny, you're going to get it together, my guy. You're the man. Always. That's still my guy. That's still my guy, my 2K rival. But also drawing comparisons to none other than Jalen Brunson, putting up 26 points, 3 rebounds, 7.5 assists. The Jalen Brunson comparisons, they were strictly based off the craftiness of it all and the confidence in that shot. And Brunson's confident for a reason. He shoots 40% from 3 and 41% on corner threes. Obviously, Hugo Besson, don't expect him to become the next Jalen Brunson, but expect a lot of good things out of Hugo Besson, especially when we've seen another guy come over from his team he was on in France. This guy, Victor Wembanyama. And I just wanted to look at his stats because, well, Victor Wembanyama's stats are insane to me. 4 blocks, 1.2 steals, 24 and 11. We know that Wemby's the man. But Hugo Besson absolutely is NBA ready. He 100% is ready to go, and the New York Knicks are going to bring him on to the Summer League team this season. And if he plays well, which I am fully expecting Hugo Besson to play well, we will see him get a contract by the Knicks. We will see him impress Tom Thibodeau in camp. We will see Hugo Besson battle his way into a rotational role for the New York Knicks. I am so confident in this guy. I cannot wait for the Summer League now because I'm really looking forward. I'm telling you right now, if you're a Knicks fan, if you're watching this video and you're not a Knicks fan, buy stock in Hugo Besson right now. Do it. Trust me on this. Besson's going to be him. But guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel as well for more videos like this. I love making videos I gotta research. Sometimes you get videos where you're just reporting the news, and sometimes you get these gems like this. Yes, gems like Hidden Gem in the title. It's really corny. So guys, like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day. Any video suggestions, leave them in the comments. I'll be sure to make them. Go Knicks.